Good afternoon, world. Simon Romero. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday about my book Zanus. Just finished my shift at Dinty's. I don't know if I work tomorrow. I might be off. Tomorrow. I most likely work. I usually work Thursdays at Coco 40, but I might be off. I don't know. Obviously, I might be off. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. Talk about my book Zanus. My book Zanus will be the best fantasy novel ever written. The most entertaining novel in the industry. When I release my book, you're looking at a public embarrassment in the industry. That's a good book I wrote. I wrote a masterpiece. The chick I liked today was at Dinty's. I talked to her quite a bit today. Yeah, I manned up and I actually talked to her like 4 or 5 times. I'm gonna do my very best to talk to her for like a couple times every week when she works, because she says she's leaving Dinty's and like by August, September she'll be leaving Dinty's, so I need to get her number down before she leaves. Yeah. You mad at me talked to her, Ivan? Yeah, I did. I'm mad at my talk to her. And I talked to her like 3-4 times. I talked to her. Hear that noise. That scared me. I talked to her like 3-4 times. Yeah. Do you have a pretty good conversation? Yeah, I did. I had a pretty good conversation with her. Talked to her for like 30-40 seconds. Yeah. Obviously, she's a hot chick, man. I find her hotter than Emmanuel. Like, Emmanuel is like just as hot as her in terms of looks. But because she has a more attractive personality, I find her more attractive than Emmanuel. But Emmanuel's very attractive, but Emmanuel's bitchy, obviously. Because the chick is what? She's very hot, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. And VJ, I'm talking to you, sweetie. I know, like, you don't want me singing chick, but I'm sorry, man. If you're pissed off, that's too bad. You're a fucking cheating whore. I'm not going to do that, man. Every day I fucking work, I always hear you. I always hear my heart beating and you're moaning at your fucking guys. And so I'm going to get my girlfriend. If you're pissed off, VJ, I'm sorry, man. Karma's a bitch. Don't hate them. So, yeah. Karma's a bitch, man. Oh, I even fuck you. Yeah, you too, man. You're a fucking cheating whore. And even though I have mental issues and I trip and everything, I've been faithful for 33 years. Enough's enough. You keep fucking guys behind my back when I'm faithful to you. I'm gonna get my girlfriend. And if you're pissed off, I'm sorry. It's too bad. Karma's a bitch. There you go. I'm not gonna be doing that, man. Whereby you don't want me touching one chick and you keep fucking guys behind my back. And I get one girlfriend, you give me hell for it because you're fucking crazy, man. Yeah, man. You're a crazy woman. VJ. Well, VJ, you know you have a girlfriend. Yeah, she will, because VJ is my spirit. So because VJ is my spirit, she knows me inside and out. VJ will know when I have a girlfriend. She'll know when I'm hanging out and everything. Whereas the world probably won't know, because I might lock it. My father might lock some of what you're reading, obviously. And Ivan, nobody can know that you have a girlfriend, Ivan. You have to keep it secret. Yeah, nobody can know. Otherwise, the bullshit will happen, man. Bullshit can happen. Demons can manifest. Yeah. And the chick knows, yeah, I can't date Ivan in public. We have to date in secret. Yeah, you have to date in secret, obviously. A secret to our love affair. Yeah. Now, when I get my girlfriend, which I will, once in my life, I'm going to be a little bit happy, because I've never been in a relationship before. In 33 years of my life, I've never been in a relationship, And I don't know, I get the new chick and I get my first girlfriend. Yeah. Is she hot, Ivan? Yeah, she is hot. But you're not going to know what she looks like because I'm not posting any pictures. I'm not posting shit. It's none of your business. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm going to enjoy my moment with my girlfriend, and I'm not letting anybody know. It's none of your business. There you go. And then you're just like, fuck you, Ivan. You're such a fucking dick. I'm like, yeah, you too, you fucking hypocrite. You're a cheating fucking whore. There you go, man. Hence why when VJ cries to me, I ignore her. Because VJ, after she cries tears, she texts the guys and fucks him after that. That's why when she cries every tears and says she loves me, I can't take her seriously. But she's a crazy woman. Yeah, I may have mental issues and I'm a bit fucked up in the head, obviously. But at least I'm faithful. Was you're a fucking cheating whore, VJ. You're a fucking cheating whore. Some Sarah? You are a cheating whore, VJ. Some Sarah? So, like, when you hang out with her, you're not going to hang out with her in public. No. I'll be hanging out with her I'll hang out with her in public, but a quieter street. Probably the Shanes. The Shanes is not that bad, right? But not like the main street in Elmer. No, that's a bad idea. I'm going to hang out with her in the Shanes. Obviously, but I'm not letting anybody know. It's not your business, man. People ask you why you have a girlfriend. I'm going to lie and say, no, I don't have a girlfriend, man. It's none of your business. It's none of your fucking business. There you go. I'm not letting anybody know. It's none of your business. Yeah. Enough about that. Yeah, my Zane's book will be the best fantasy novel written. You guys will see what I mean when you read it. I already showed you snippets of my book. And my book is what? It's a fucking entertaining read, man. It's a masterpiece. It's an amazing... It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, my book. It's a literary masterpiece. Yeah, no, Ivan, like, are you bluffing, man? Is your whole, like, what you showed us, is your whole book like that? Yes. I'm not lying. My whole book, when you read it, it's constant entertainment. That's why when I release my book when I'm king, it'll be a public embarrassment in the entertainment industry for the authors. Yeah. It's a public embarrassment because no author kept a reader hooked the way Ivan did. There's something about Ivan's book that's unique. You're hooked and it's very entertaining. The characters jump on the page. Whereas these books, the characters feel dull. They feel what? The other books feel normal compared to Ivan's book. That's why it'll be an embarrassment in the industry, man. Because even the best published authors, like my book, is blowing their books out of the water in terms of entertainment. I was much more entertaining reading Ivan's book than even the best authors in the industry. Guys like Brad Savage and George R. Martin. Ivan's book was better than those books, and Ivan did everything himself. Those guys had editors help them edit their book, and Ivan's book beats their book because I have the creative gift that they don't have. Obviously, I have the gift. I know how to make the character jump on the page and keep you hooked. I'm a genius. I'm a genius, yeah, man. I'm a genius. I'm a genius, I'm sorry. a genius. Yeah. Well, I can seriously, man, is your whole book entertaining? Yes, my whole book is entertaining, man. It's constant entertainment. It's crazy, man. It's constant entertainment. I mean, it's the best fast novel ever written. And I showed you guys a piece of my book, snippets of my book, obviously. And when you guys impress Ivan, yeah, Ivan, your book's fucking entertaining. Yeah, man. My book is an entertaining read. My whole book is constant entertainment. It's the best fast novel ever written. When I told you it's the best fast novel ever written, I wasn't playing around. And now you guys believe me, Ivan, I believe you. It is the best fast novel written. Yeah, it's the best fast novel written when you read it, man. It's a fucking masterpiece, my book. Yeah, there's something about your book that's not normal. It's very unique, and the characters up on the page, it feels different from these other novels. And your book feels very fresh when I read it. Yeah, it doesn't feel dry when you read it. It doesn't feel like it's lacking. Like all these other novels that you read, they all feel dry. They're pretty interesting, but they feel dry. The characters feel dry. They don't have that spark that breathes life into the story. My book is entertaining and it's fresh, and you have that feeling where I breathe life into the characters in the story. It feels very fresh. That's why it's so entertaining. How do you do that though? It's a gift I have. I don't know how to do it, man. It's a gift. God gave me the gift, man. Yeah, man. God gave me the gift. Having the gift. That's why the gates won't control your brand, Ivan. Because they're greedy psychopaths. Obviously, but zero, man. Now, money's for me, VJ's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you take control of my book after what you put with you in my life, man. No way. No fucking way, man. No way, man. It's my money, it's not yours. You have your trillions in your bank, you make the trillions. This money's for me, VJ. It's not for you. Don't hate me. I'm saying, yeah. It's for me, it's not for you. The money is for me, and VJ, it's not for you. Zero, man. I'm going to be very strict with the gates, man. You're not touching a dime off my fucking money, man. Yeah, man. It's my money, it's not yours. Kept me poor for 40 years working dishwashing. I'm not going to let you take my billions. The billions off the books for me, VJ, it's not for you. So I'm saying, I have the keys, I'll sell you. Don't hate me. I'm saying, yeah. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, show us more. No. I'm not showing more. I don't want to spoil a story for you, man. I already showed you enough, Samsara. I don't want to spoil a story for you. Yeah. So Volume 3 is your favorite, Ivan? Yeah, Volume 3 is my favorite. Volume 3 is when the story gets very deep. Volume 3 is when the story gets very deep, and that's when it's like serious shit, whereby Takis is in agony because he's about to face the devil himself. You'll see when you read the book, you're looking at a fucking masterpiece, man. I wrote. Volume 3 is when it gets like very, very deep and the story gets dark. It's now dark, obviously. That's why Zane's is like a horror. It's a horror fantasy novel when you read it, obviously, right? Obviously. Volume 1 is pretty light, But like in volume 2 and volume 1, you meet the wolves. So it's dark, obviously, but it's a bit more light. It's pretty dark. It's a little bit dark, but it's a bit more light. And in volume 3 is when it gets dark, because you have Eratat, and you have Ephesus, and you have the ancestors. It gets very dark when you're in volume 3. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Best friends all written. Yeah, man. You'll see what I mean when you read my book. Yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece. Yeah, man. I hope I don't work tomorrow. I don't want to work tomorrow. I want to just take tomorrow off. I most likely do work. My boss will text me, "Oh, Ivan, you work tomorrow at 9." He'll text me. I guarantee you, I'll get the text message that, "Oh, Ivan, you work at 9." At Cocoa Fruity, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can show you 2 scenes in my book. I can show you young Tactius. This is the last time, guys. I'm not gonna show anymore. I won't spoil store for you. I can show you the scene when Tactius is like, "Do you ever wonder what's beyond those walls?" I can show you that scene if you want. That's the only scene I'm gonna show you. I won't spoil store for you, man. You'll find me when you read it, and when you read this, it's gonna be entertaining again. You're gonna be hooked, because my whole book is fucking constant entertainment. It's crazy, man. Okay. Okay. I'll show you this scene here, and that's it. I'm not gonna show anymore, guys. This is Young Tactics. This is my worst chapter in Volume 1, by the way. And it's still entertaining. Yeah, I'll show you this. You can pause and read it. Pause and read that. Wow, your book is sick. I know. I wrote a masterpiece. Every chapter, you're fucking hooked. Pause and read that. And I'll show you this scene here, and that's it. This is the next page. And this is when Tactius is curious about the walls. That's all I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to show any more. Pause and read that. Oh, your book is sick. I know. I wrote a masterpiece, man. It's constant entertainment, man. Well, I told you my whole book is entertaining. I wasn't playing around. It's constant entertainment. Hence why the characters jump on the page when you read this, and you're hooked. Because I'm a fucking genius. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and I'll show you this scene here. I'll show you this scene here. You can pause and read that, and that's it. I'm not going to show anymore. That's it. And that's all I'm going to show you guys. I'm not showing you guys anymore. So now you guys understand why Takis was curious. In that scene, he's like, Tacitus, you ever wonder what's beyond those walls? And he's like, you not to pray, take shelter protection, or run away. He's curious, like, why is there a wall built in this city? And he's wondering also what's beyond the walls. Alright, your story's sick, I know. I wrote a masterpiece, man. It's constant, yeah. And when you read that section, guys, you're entertained, you're hooked too, because I'm a genius. Yeah, man, I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man. What a masterpiece, yeah, man. Masterpiece. Your book is sick. I know. And Young Takis is my worst chapter, guys, in volume 1. And yet, even when I showed you guys, it's still entertaining. Yeah, it's fucking entertaining. Yeah. I showed you guys some snippets of Young Takis. I showed you guys Land in Chaos. Even that, yeah, even your Land in Chaos chapter was fucking interesting with politics. Yeah. Even my worst chapters in my book are still entertaining enough to keep you hooked because I'm a genius. There's not one boring chapter in my book. All my chapters are interesting. They're all entertaining. There's more entertaining ones than others, as I showed you, but they're all entertaining enough to keep you hooked. I don't have one boring chapter in my book. They're all entertaining. As all these amazing novels, they all have boring chapters in the book because, I don't mean to be rude, the truth is a lot of these authors, they don't really know the magic trick, how to entertain the reader. I know the magic trick. I know how to entertain the reader. I know how to keep you entertained for the entire novel. All these authors, they don't have that magic trick. They don't know how to keep the reader entertained for an entire novel. They have entertaining sections in their book, but some sections of their books are boring. Every novel that I've read, there were some chapters that were boring, and there were some chapters that were interesting. Whereas my book, it's constant entertainment. Every chapter you read is entertaining, as I just showed you Young Takis, right? Yeah, and that's fucking sick, I know. Obviously. And then later on, Cassius and them talk to Takis and all of them, and that leads to the scene in the when Takis is eating dinner. He's like, why can't we leave the walls? I'm not going to spoil the story for you, what Cassius and Maramis told him. You'll find out when we read the book. Yeah, Ivan Tacitus is a funny joker. Yeah, he is. Is there no peace within the lands? You know, as in what Cassius meant was, yeah, he's like, is there no peace in the lands? And Tacitus like, there's some peace here in Zanus. He's being sarcastic when Cassius really meant, like, in an overall sense, is there peace in the south and the north, and Tacitus, he jokes like, there's some peace here in Zanus. Yeah. He's a joker, that's the only. That was sick. That's a nice joke, I know. An amazing storyteller. Amazing storyteller. Yeah, Ivan, like, you know how to make your character jump on the page. I know, I'm a genius. In the Young Takis chapter, when you read the chapter, Tacitus and Takis, they sound like kids, right? When you read it, yeah, is there no peace within the lands? There's some peace here in Zan. Yeah. Go away. I don't feel like talking right now. It's me, Tacitus. I know, now go away. Job's like me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you disobeyed my command just earlier. Haha, you're not King yet, Takis. Why have you come? You know what I'm saying? And later on that scene, he's like, we can cause another ruckus, however. And that ties back to the beginning of the story when Tacitus and Takis caused a ruckus in the brewery. That's why Tacitus said that. He's like, no, our mother made it very clear we can't do that. Yeah. That's really a sick book, man. Because I just read Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know, because Lord of the Rings, son. So Ivan, throughout your book, is Takius an arrogant prince? Yes. In when he's a kid, he's an arrogant prince. Obviously, he's an arrogant prince. When he's an adult, 30 years old, he's an arrogant prince. How old is Takius, Ivan? He's 8 years old in young Takius, and then it's 22 years later, he's 30. And Taciturnius is like 32 and a half. Taciturnius is like 2.5 to 3 years older than Takius. Some sections I say about 3 years, some sections I say 2.5 years. So he's like 32 and a half, whatever it is, Taciturnius. And Tacitus is like 30 when he's older. And he's 8 years old in young Tacitus, and Taciturnius is like 10 years old. 10 and a half, whatever it is, right? They're both kids, obviously. So Taciturnius is Tacitus' older cousin. Look at an amazing book that I wrote, man. Yeah, masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as you guys saw in my book, right? He calls Sirius and Papar Sirius, you're just a poor old farmer who raises cattle. He's like, I am Tacitus. He's like, what do you know about being an heir or anything? He's like, I am Tacitus, heir of Zeus, and I am subject to no one. Yeah, he's a cocky, arrogant prince. Then once he gets thrown in a dungeon, yeah, there's even a scene in the beginning of the Lithia chapter when Job is showing them around and all that stuff, and they see Eli's house. Like Papyrus and Sirius is like, holy shit, that's a nice house. And then Tacitus is like cocky. He's like, yeah, Eli's house, even though Eli has a nice house, it's nothing like my castle, right? You'll see what I mean when you read the Lithia chapter. He's cocky, yeah. He looks down Southerns when you read Lithia. And then once he gets thrown in a dungeon, it humbles him and he's more mature. You'll see I mean read the book. I almost pulled sore for you. Yeah. Yeah. Why do the Southerns don't believe that Taki's a prince? Because they can't believe that the Northerns never come to the South because they fear the wolves and they're not welcome in Eretz territory. Hence why the Southerns can't believe the Prince of Zanus, Takius is the Prince of Zanus. Because he took on a big identity, he claimed to be Clonius the farmer from Cyrus, and now he's thrown a dungeon. What? He claims to be the Prince of Zanus. I can't believe it, obviously. That's why you get that reaction. They cannot be, that cannot be. Yeah. They're shocked. Even Lithia was shocked when Eli told him he claims to be the Prince of Zanus. But when Taki's told her, look, man, I'm telling you the truth, I'm the prince, she's like, I believe you. She has the faith. Because all the other Southerns don't believe it. That's why Cassius had to convince Eli to release Tacius. As you guys have read in that passage, I don't want to spoil stories. Remember when you read the book. So I'm sorry, huh? No, Ivan, seriously, man, are you bluffing? Did your whole book entertain that? Guys, I showed you many snippets of my book. Is it all entertaining, Ivan? Is it all entertaining? Yes. My whole book is constant entertainment. It's crazy. Because I'm so gifted, I know how to entertain you. Yeah, I don't have one boring chapter in my book, guys. All my chapters are interesting. Even my weakest chapters are interesting. I showed you guys the beginning of Land and Chaos. That was interesting, yes. I showed you guys Young Tacitus, which is my weakest chapter in Volume 1. That's interesting, obviously. It's still interesting. All my chapters are interesting and entertaining to keep you hooked. I don't have one boring chapter in my book. Hence why when I release my book, it'll be a public embarrassment in the entertainment industry, in the author world, right? There'll be a public embarrassment. And all the book publishing houses are going to feel like total shit, man. Yeah, there's something about Ivan's book that blows our books out of the water. His book is so entertaining, and we edit all these guys' books, and our characters will dry and dull. In some sections of the book, it's entertaining, but it's not Ivan's book. It's not about Ivan's book that's so entertaining. The characters jump on a page. It's an entertaining read. Yeah, it's an entertaining read. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, man. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. I wrote a masterpiece. And you're welcome, VJ. Yeah, man. I found a way to make money for you. You're welcome. Yeah, when I told you guys I didn't write some shitty book to make money, I wasn't lying. I wrote a masterpiece, man. I poured my blood, sweat, and tears in this book, and I wrote a masterpiece. And everything I showed you guys impressed. Yeah, I'm impressed, man. It's fucking entertaining, your book, I know. My book is a very entertaining read. It's a masterpiece, yeah. Obviously. Sincere. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, my book. Oh, my battery's at 50%? That's not good. What I'll do is when my battery gets low, I'll go upstairs and get the charger. That way my phone isn't shut off. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Ivan, like, do you give descriptions of Zanus? I give vague descriptions of Zanus. That's why you don't know what the land looks like. But the Southerns, they call the Heavenly Kingdom, right? The North is like the North. The Zanus is known as like the Heavenly Kingdom. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful city. Whereas the South is cursed. And Saphius is the most beautiful city in the South. But Saphius is not as beautiful as Zanus. That's why when Tacitus, when you guys read that section at the beginning of Lithia chapter, Tacitus was in awe of the beauty of the city. It's a stone city, obviously. He's like, this place is very beautiful. I didn't think it would be this delightful. Yeah, Tacitus was in awe. Holy shit, this is a beautiful city for a southern city. Yeah, Rosaris is not as beautiful as Saphius. It's a farmland, right? Whereas Saphius is the land of the blacksmiths. And the blacksmiths forge the weapons for the Zanian army. That's why Eli is so rich, obviously. I don't explain how Eli makes his money, but that's obviously how he makes his money. He forges weapons for the Zane army, and he gets paid a lot of money. There's other ways he makes money too, but I don't explain it in the book, obviously. But in the movie, you can add things. Like, people tell me, we can add things in the movie whereby Eli says, I make my money by forging weapons for the Zane army, They pay me well, and there's other ways he makes money. And Job is rich too. Job is Eli's hired caretaker. When you read volume 2, he tells Cassius and Tacitus, yeah, Eli pays me good wages. Well, Job is rich too. He's a rich, wealthy man, obviously. He's a pothead too. He smokes weed. He's Eli's caretaker, Job. Eli's hired caretaker, and he smokes weed. He's a pothead. He smokes weed. Obviously, he's an interesting character, Job. As you guys are right, he's a very interesting character, Job. Interesting character, yeah. And Cornelius is Eli's right-hand man. He's second in command. So Eli is leader of Sapphies, and Cornelius is his right-hand man. And he's the captain of the blacksmiths when you read the book. Yeah. And he's kind of like Eli's bodyguard, right? That's why when Cassius came, he's like, don't take one more step, Northern. You know what I'm saying? And Cornelius is an intimidating man. He's a big, muscular man. And Tassonian's like, what are you going to do? Forge us? Because Cornelius is not trained in Zayn arts. He's a blacksmith. He's a big dude, but he's not trained in Zayn arts. Tacitus and Cassius are trained warriors. They know how to fight, right? They're trained in Zayn arts. And that's why Tacitus mocked him. He's like, what are you going to do? Forge us? Because the Sapphians are blacksmiths. Yeah, that's why he constantly mocks the Southern Tacitus. They got a sick book, man. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man. I know your book is sick. I know my book is interesting, man. It's a masterpiece. I love your book. I know. I wrote an amazing book, man. I wrote a masterpiece, man. My book is amazing. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece, man. An amazing book. An amazing book, yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, but why did Sirius tell Tactius to hide his sword? Because the Salvans don't like the Northerns either, right? The Salvans don't like the Northerns, and it's not safe, obviously. It's not safe, obviously. Yeah. Obviously. It's not safe. He said, your sword hide it. They cannot know you're the Princess Anus. Because the Salvans don't like the Northerns. And to protect Tactius, don't let them know you're the Princess Anus. The Southerns will be shocked that you're the Princess Anus, and there's also spies. You can't trust the Southerns, and the Southerns don't like the Northerns either. And that's why Tactius had a fake identity to protect himself. But when you read the book, he hates being Colonius the farmer boy. He hates being Colonius the farmer boy, but he has to play along. And he ends up working for Eli. That's why he's very annoyed, because Tactius knows Tactius knows he has authority over Eli, and Eli's commanding him. It pisses him off. That's why when Eli said it was rise, 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 wake up, my Syrian friends, it's time for chores. Tactius is like, huh? What time is it? He's like, it is time for chores. He's like, go away. Excuse me? Yeah. All right, that was funny. I know. My book is sick. It's time for chores, yeah. And that's why they can't believe he's a Princess Anus. Because he took on a fake identity. They thought he was a Syrian farmer, obviously. They thought he was a Syrian farmer. Well, no. Mary is suspicious. I don't want to spoil the story for you. When Tactius was with Lithia and all that stuff, Mary is suspicious. She somehow believes Tactius. She somehow believes Tactius might be. I won't spoil the story for you. Mary is curious. She believes Tactius is a Syrian, but something in her heart tells her he might be a Northern, because he's so handsome. He's so charming with women, and she's just suspicious. She's curious, obviously, and that leads to the spies. I won't spoil the story for you, so I haven't read the book. She doesn't believe he's a Northern, but she's curious. There's something off about this Tachyon guy. He's handsome. He's a very charming woman. He's an amazing dancer. The Syrians are not amazing dancers. That dancing comes from the North. I won't spoil sore for you, and then that leads to more of the story. I won't spoil sore for you. Yeah. But Mary doesn't believe he's a Northern, but she's curious. There's something off about Tachyon, obviously. But when Tachyon claimed to be the Princess Aines, none of them believed it. They said that cannot be. What the fuck is the Princess Aines doing here? They can't believe it. I'm sorry. I think I'm sick with that I wrote, man. I want a masterpiece. That's where you can argue the Lithia chapter is the best chapter. But my personal favorite is probably the Tachyon or Colonius chapter is so good. When Tachyon gets thrown in a dungeon, when she's like, Father, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Not now. That chapter is fucking amazing. Our cousin, we seek Prince Tachyon. That's that chapter. But the Exodus of Sapphies, you can argue, is the best one too, right? I don't have a favorite. My top three are Lithia, Tachyon Colonius, and Exodus of Sapphies. Whereas the worst is Landing Chaos and Captured. But even those chapters are fucking entertaining enough to keep you hooked because I'm a genius. I showed you guys the beginning of Landing Chaos. And that was still fucking interesting. I know, all my chapters are fucking interesting. They're amazing chapters. Some Sarah? Yeah, man, what a masterpiece, man. Easy, Ivan, I love your book. I know my book is sick, I'm saying. Yeah, it's a sick book. Sick book, I'm saying. Yeah, my battery is low, guys. I'm gonna get the charger upstairs soon. Charge my phone. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, could Cassius and Tacitonians beat Eretat? No human being can hold their own with Eretat. Except for, I won't spoil so see when we read the book. Cassius and Tacitonians cannot beat Eretat. Eretat's too foul, man. They can't beat Faful either. Faful's too powerful. Whereas Morale and Bo, they can hold their own against those guys. But Eretat, they can't beat. He's too powerful, man. Eretat is very powerful. Can they beat Ephesus? No, they can't beat Ephesus either. All the royal animal beings, Tacitonius and Cassius and all of them can't take those beings. They would lose. They can take the other wolves, but they can't take the Eretat and like Ephesus before those guys are too powerful. You'll start reading the book. I won't spoil the story for you, Samson. Yeah. So Eli's very powerful. Yeah, Eli's a very powerful man. He's so powerful that Cassius had to convince him. He had to really convince him to release Tachyon. And he threw Tachyon in the dungeon. He's a powerful man. Even though Tachyon has authority over Eli, because Eli didn't believe Tachyon is the Prince of Zanus, they seized him and they threw him, Sirius Empire, in the dungeon. And then Lithia goes to see them in the dungeon. I won't spoil the story for you. And she tells Tachyon, I believe you. Tachyon's like, look, man, even though you believe me, you have to convince your father. You have to convince your father. And she tries her best, but Eli is not convinced. Yeah. But you get a scene in that chapter. Cornelius tells Eli, he's like, look, man, like, even though we threw Tachyon in the dungeon and we don't believe he's the Prince of Zanus, if he is the Prince of Zanus, we should be careful. We have to be careful, obviously. Samsara. Because, like, if this guy is really the prince, we're going to be in big trouble. if the Northerns find out we threw their prince in a dungeon. And the Northerns have authority over Eli and Alden. Yeah, they're yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Why does Eli, Cornelius, and them fight in the book? Yeah, they do. You'll find when we read the book they also fight. Eli, Job. Job becomes an archer. Sirius and Job become archers. You'll see what I mean when you read the book. They become archers, and Sirius and Cornelius are they're melee fighters. With and Tacitonius is both. He's a melee archer, and also a melee fighter, a melee and an archer. Tacitonians. Whereas Cassius and Tachys are just melee fighters. Tacitonians, he does archery. He's an archer, and he also fights with his sword. You'll see what I mean when you read the book. When you read the Exodus of Sapphirus chapter, you'll see what I mean there. And then when you read Volume 3, they fight, obviously. You'll see what I mean when you read the book. I won't spoil stuff for you. Yeah. That's why I wrote a masterpiece, man. And guys, I showed you on Tachys. Were you entertaining? Yeah, I was entertaining it, Ivan. Yeah. My whole book is constant entertainment. I wrote a masterpiece, man. A fucking masterpiece, man. There's a reason why the gates won't control my brand, but they're not touching down my money, man. Zero. That money is for me. And VJ, it's not for you. Just a great pick. Zara? Zero. No. You said zero to me making money in this world, and you had me work dishwasher for 40 years. I wrote this masterpiece, and I have the keys. This is my brand. You're not touching my money, man. You have your trillions around the world. This money, these billions is for me. VJ, it's not for you. You want to take, I don't know, my 10, 14, $50 million off my book when you have your fucking trillions in your bank, man. You're fucking greedy, man. No, man. I'm not going to let you take control of my book after what you put me through, man. No way. You're crazy, yeah. I don't want to sell my soul to the Hollywood system and be a dirty slave and share with the garbage wife forever. You fucking crazy? No. I want VJ all fresh myself. I don't want to share with the world. I'm a one-woman kind of guy. I'm not interested in fucking a bunch of people, man. You guys are fucking crazy people. Yeah, there you go. You're a mess like me. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it will be a masterpiece. Please, this is better than Lord of the Rings. I know, please, better than Lord of the Rings. I wrote a masterpiece, man. I wrote a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece. A masterpiece, yeah, man. A masterpiece. So when I told you guys I was amazing, I was a gifted writer, you guys now, See what I mean, Ivan? You're gifted, man. Your fucking book is entertaining. Yes, you guys probably didn't think I'd be this good, right? Yeah, Ivan's book might be pretty good, but it might not be. It might not be as good as Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. And I showed you the snippets of my book, and you guys are obviously shocked. There's something about Ivan's book that's very unique, and the characters are constantly jumping out of the page. I know. When you read my book, the characters are constantly jumping out of the page. They feel real. But Ivan, how do you do that, man? Like, these other authors write dialogue. And then when you write dialogue, when I read your book, it feels fresh. The characters jump on the page. When I read these books, they feel dull. That they don't jump on the page. I'll show you Lord of the Rings again, guys. So J.R. Tolkien writes dialogue too, but his characters don't jump on the page, right? Yeah, I'll show you this section here. You can read it. Yeah, beautiful literature and everything, but it feels dry. The characters don't jump on the page. It's not like my book, man. Yeah. Obviously. Like, Lord of the Rings, the characters jump on the page a little bit, obviously. But it's not like my book. It doesn't, my book, the characters come alive. Whereas Lord of the Rings, it's a bit dull and dry. Obviously. I'm not saying that these authors can't make their characters jump on a page. They do. They do jump on a page, but they jump on the page a little bit. They don't come alive. My book, it's crazy. They come alive, man. They feel real, and you even like have distinct voices. It's crazy. It's like reading a book movie, man. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Yeah. So guys, be honest, man. Like, is my book more entertaining Lord of the Rings? Yeah, it's more entertaining Lord of the Rings. Yeah, all you book nerds, all you fantasy book nerds, you read Lord of the Rings, you read my book, you see a difference. But my book is a more entertaining read. Hence why I've been bragging for years, saying my book is better than Lord of the Rings. When I said it's better than Lord of the Rings, I wasn't playing around. It's better than Lord of the Rings. It's better than Harry Potter. It's better than The Way of Kings, and it's better than George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones. It's better than Malzahn, Steven Eriksson's Malzahn series. It's better than Wheel of Time. I know Daniel Green loves Wheel of Time. My book is better than Wheel of Time. Yeah, man. Some Sarah? It's a masterpiece. It's an amazing book. Yeah, man. Ivan, I thought you were good, but I didn't know you were that good. I know. I told you what an amazing storyteller, an amazing storyteller. That's why I guarantee you all the Hollywood actors and all the directors, all the screenwriters and executives, when they read portions of my book, holy shit, man, Ivan's gifted, man. He's talented. Yeah, I'm very gifted, man. God gave me these gifts. Honestly. Yeah, because I guarantee before when I told you I wrote an amazing book, you guys probably didn't really believe me. Maybe Ivan's book is not that good. Maybe it's fucking raw as fuck and it's not that good. My book is a little raw, as you guys caught when you read Some of My Dog, obviously. Some of My Dog is a bit raw, obviously, but it's a masterpiece. And now when I say when I can co-write an amazing script, I can co-write an amazing script. But I'm only going to co-write Zanus because I'll co-write it with Peter or Mel. But after that, I'm not co-writing my movies. I'm just going to executive produce and consult for the script. Because I'm a creative genius, I'll have a lot of ideas for the story. But I'll have Jonathan Nolan and David S. Goyer co-write the script for The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. Poor Tom Cruise, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, whereas Zayas, I'm gonna co-write that because I wrote the story, and because it's a very special story, I don't want Peter Jackson and Fran and Guillermo del Toro or perhaps Philip Boyens ruining my story. Hence why I'm gonna be involved with the script for that because I'm scared Peter might make drastic changes, man. Whereby he has the ancestors appear in physical form. I'm like, Peter, don't do that. If you do that, you're gonna ruin the story. It's about tactics. It's not about the ancestors. We can change them. Like, Peter, we're not going to change we're not going to make drastic changes to my story. Why don't we do a thing where we have, like, Belle, Lithia, and Mary fight in the book? I'm like, no, Peter, if you do that, you're going to contradict my book. In Zanian law, women are not allowed to bear arms, and you're gonna contradict my fucking story, Peter. Either we can change it, Mike. Peter, we're not gonna change it. I don't want you ruining my story, man. I'm sorry. Follow the story, Peter. We make changes and add things, obviously, but we have to stick to the DNA of the story. I don't want you making drastic changes whereby you're contradicting the plot of my story, Peter. I don't want you doing that, Samsara. You have to tell me that I know he knows. Or Mel Gibson, right? Whoever I choose. Yeah. So you think the world was shocked? Yeah, I believe the world was shocked. I guarantee you guys were shocked when I showed you sections of my book. You were shocked because there's something about Ivan's book that's very unique. It's very different than the other books I read. The characters jump on the page, and the story is so fresh and so entertaining. Whereas these books are pretty entertaining, but they're not Ivan's book. That's why I guarantee you guys were shocked when you read some snippets of my book. Yeah. Holy shit, Ivan's a fucking creative genius. Yeah, I'm a genius, man. He knows how to hook the reader and keep the story pacing. Yeah, I know how to hook the reader and keep the story pacing. I'm a genius. Because Ivan, I love your book. I know my book's a masterpiece. I wrote an amazing book. No, Ivan, seriously, man, are you bluffing? Is your whole book like that? Yes, man. Everything I keep showing you guys is all entertaining, right? Yes. It's all entertainment for all 3 volumes, man. There's not one chapter in my book that's boring. Every chapter is entertaining. Because I'm a genius. I have the magic trick. I know how to entertain the reader. Whereas these other authors, they're amazing authors, but they don't really have the magic trick I have. They don't know how to like really make the characters jump out alive. They make the characters jump alive a little bit, obviously, but not like my book. The characters jump alive like crazy, and they feel real. It's crazy, yeah. Even my animal characters jump on the page. You calling us, O king? Our sincere joy in your child's birth, and you have my welcome. What do you seek from us, Tactius? You know what I'm saying? Make haste to Saphius. Tell him the king is Zane sent you. Have the blacksmiths forge a sword for my son, the prince. As you command, sire. I'm now sick, I know. That's sick book, I'm saying. No, I seriously, man, how do you do it, man? Every time I read sections of your book, the characters jump on the page. I don't know what's a gift I have. I don't know how I do it, man. No, but I don't get it. Like these other authors, when they write dialogue, the characters don't really jump on the page. Then when you write dialogue, they somehow jump on the page. How do you do it? Like they're like both you guys are writing dialogue, and when you write it, they jump out. When they write it, they don't jump out as much. How do you do it, Ivan? And how do you make your story feel so fresh and everything? I don't know how I do it. It's a gift I have. It's having the gift. God gave me the gift. I can't tell you how I do it. I just write it, and it just flows well, and the characters are on the page. I don't know how I do it, man. It's a gift I have. I don't know how I do it. Yeah. Like my book is so entertaining. When you read it, it's like watching a book movie because the characters are constantly jumping on the page. It's crazy. It's entertainment. Hence why when I said Zanis is a billionaire story, I wasn't joking around. If I wasn't Son of God and I wrote this book would be the best fantasy novel ever written. Now it would be more popular than Harry Potter. Zanis is a billionaire story. It's the best fantasy story ever written. And because I'm a Son of God and I wrote and I have the keys, I'll make my billions off it. What? That's why, yeah, when I tell you Zanis is a billionaire story, I wasn't playing around. Zanis is a billionaire story. It's a masterpiece. It's an amazing book. Yeah, man, you'll see what I mean when you read it, guys. Samsara? What a masterpiece, guys. Yeah, man. 1 hour, guys. I know Zithia like Tactius when she first meets him. Well, you'll see what I mean when you read that. The scene I showed you when Tactius had that big argument in Eli's chambers with Sirius and Papyri. The scene before that, you have a scene with Lithia, Mary, and Belle in a room, and they're in the bed, and they talk about like Papyri and Tactius. You'll see that when you read that passage. I won't spoil it for you. Yeah, obviously. But Tactius has an obsession with her. The moment he sees her, he's obsessed with her. And that's why you had that big argument with Papyri and Sirius. So Sarah? That's why you had that argument with Papyri and Sirius. Yeah. And you guys caught a bit of a spoiler. When Tactius was talking to Lithia, Papyri interrupted her, obviously, because Tactius was a bit stupid with his speech, obviously. And like Papyri's like, yeah, I did my best to keep your secret from coming out. You don't want to know. They can't know you, the Princess and you have the fight. Obviously, I almost pulled a sword for you, and you have the huge argument in the chamber as I showed you. And that's why, Papyri he's like Tactius, what has happened to you? Ever since you arrived to Savage, you've changed. You haven't been acting like yourself. Yeah, he's yelling at them. He's angry. He has rage. You know what I'm saying? And what? And then hence why Sirius is like, Tactius, wake up. This little girl has tainted your judgment. She's clouded your judgment, tainted your mind. Please wake up. Behave yourself, man. Like there's a lot at stake. We're in the South. The landmarkings of Cyrus, I want to suppose over you. The wolves can be looking for you. You're in wolf territory, and you don't want to draw them near. Obviously. Another reason why Eli, when you read that passage, you get the clue. Obviously, from that passage, one reason why Eli also told him to keep the prince his identity secret is because if Eli and them know that Tactius is the Prince of Xenos, and the wolves find out, they can kill Tactius. Hence why, yeah, because Aratat and the wolves don't know what Tactius looks like. They know his name, but they don't know what Tactius looks like. Obviously, the Southerns don't know what the Prince of Xenos is like because the Northerns never comment on it. Hence why Sirius told Tactius, yeah, your name Tactius cannot be used here, and your sword, his gift, obviously, hide it. Obviously, how did Tactius hide his sword? He had a blanket on his horse, so he had the sword was on the side of his horse, and he had a blanket over the horse. Hence why he's like, your sword, Tactius, hide it. They cannot know the Prince of Xenos. So it was hidden under the blanket, obviously. Yeah. Well, how they find out he's the Prince of Xenos? So I won't spoil the story. You'll find out what I mean when you read that chapter. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You'll find out when you read the chapter. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man, a masterpiece. A cinematic masterpiece I wrote. A cinematic masterpiece. Yeah, man. A cinematic literary masterpiece, right? Because I told you, when you read Xenos, it's like watching a book. It's like reading a book movie. Because the characters are constantly jump on the page. And they feel so real, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got beautiful. The way you construct a dialogue is very beautiful. I know. I don't have as my dialogue is not as good as like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. Those they have richer speech, richer words, but my story is more entertaining, right? It's richer. My story, it's more entertaining. So, sorry. Yeah. My story is more entertaining. Yeah. Oh, your book looks sick. Oh my god, my book's a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing book. That's why the Gates want to control my brand. They know I told you. Now you're gonna, yeah, I understand why you're sad when I told you your book's #1. Yeah, she told me your book's #1. And Hollywood would be all over your story. I know, obviously. And I remember I heard my stepbrother, he was talking. He's like, how the heck can you come up with a story like that? Yeah, when the Gates read a portion of my book, they were shocked, obviously. They were shocked when they read my book, the Gates. They were so shocked that there's a reason why they deleted my file. Because, yeah, I wrote a fucking masterpiece. He has the keys. That's Blaine's Raymond Regis. I don't want him being king. That's why they deleted my file. And I had to rewrite it, obviously, in 2021. I was very stressed out when I wrote it. We wrote the whole thing, right? I didn't write the whole thing. I rewrote all of Volume 3 and like the end half of Volume 2. And I remember I was very stressed, so I had to rewrite the whole thing, man. I showed you all the notebooks I had to rewrite all that, man. And I pulled it off because even though I was stressed out, I knew. I remember I would go to the store, I'd get smokes, I work every day on a computer. Sometimes I would have my phone next to me, I would listen to Robert May Burnett. And I would write my book while I listened to Robert May Burnett's observation shows, right? Yeah. And I was so stressed out, man. And I like write like 2 pages. I go outside, I have a smoke. I'm stressed out, and I pull it off though, man. Yeah, Ivan, how much did you write? I showed you guys, right? I wrote all this, man. I'm not kidding around. I wrote the whole thing. Ivan, are you bluffing? Did you really write all this? Yes. When I wrote my book, this is my notebook I had. I had to rewrite all this. Imagine me writing all that, man. I'm not playing around, guys. I wrote all. This is what I wrote down for my book. When I wrote my book in 2019, I wrote all the stuff here. Imagine me rewriting all this, man. You can only imagine how stressed out I was, man. Because the Gates are wicked people, yeah, man. I had to rewrite all this, man. Look at this. All that. Front and back. I wrote all this, man. Yeah, man. Ivan, seriously? Yeah, man. I wrote pretty much all that, right? Yeah. I was fucking stressed out, man. Ivan, man, holy shit, man. The Gates are wicked. Yeah, man. I was so stressed out. But I knew because the Gates locked the doors with me, I had no choice. I had to write that. Okay, the Gates locked the doors with me. If I don't write this, I'm not gonna. I won't have a source of income for myself. That's why I had no choice. I had to write it. I never made that same mistake again. I saved it on my Hotmail. Before I didn't save it on my Hotmail, and after that I saved it on my Hotmail. I'm never making that mistake again. And the Gates can't touch my file, right? Yeah. I'm never making that mistake again. I saved it on my file and my phone too, right? I saved it on my phone. Can you hear me say, guys? My battery's dying. I'm going to go upstairs and get my charger. We'll be back in a sec. Scary, don't wait, guys. Don't hate him, son.